Typically, I would just make the Euro section in one chapter. I won't cut it up, but I want to do the media follow section element separately because it brings in a concept that you're going to see across DV5 quite a lot. To bring in the element slash module, we go to the button. I want to drop it under the button and click on the plus. And in the search, I'll look for social. That's all. And there's social media follow and select. And we have this Facebook and X little buttons, icons that appear. But what is important is you need to head on over to the layers panel. Have a look here. It says social media, and we know it is follow. Let's drag it open. Yet, when you click on this little arrow, it gives you two elements within this module. This concept is not new. We've had it in page builders always. But now the concept is that instead of locking things into a specific way, we give you the container. And the container is social media follow. And inside of this container, I allow you to add elements that can work well with this container. And the elements is this social network. You have the container, social media follow, and then you have the elements. And this is the concept of nested elements. It will come back again and again in the tutorials to come. That's why I want to do this one separately so we can spend some time and drill it in, that you understand this idea of a parent container element like social media follow, and then inside it, you have these elements. Let me scroll up a bit. We can see we have Facebook and X here at the bottom, and then head on over to the right. Now, what is selected is the parent container, social media follow. And what you see within content under elements are the two elements. One is Facebook and one is X. With this selected, go to background and apply any color. I'll just choose red. What happened on the page is that this is applied at the parent level. If I want to make any changes to any of the children, which is the Facebook and the X social network elements, I do not do it within the parent container. Reset the background. For that, scroll up to Elements, and with Facebook, click on the Edit. And this happens so quickly that you don't even realize that it's actually selected the element. But you will see in the Layers panel on the left, now it has selected the first social network, which is Facebook, and that we now have network here, and under Design, it looks different. Let's go back to the social network. Select it, go to Layers and select Social Media Follow. Delete under Elements the X. And now we only have Facebook. Click on the Edit, go to Background, and remove it. Click Delete. Now there is no background. Design next. Icon. Icon custom size and switch it on. And type in 24. Enter. And that's all I'm going to do here. However, because this is a social media follow, when people click on this link, it takes them to your social media page, which is important that when you go back to content with network selected, you have to put up the link here for your social media network, which is Facebook in this case. Do not forget this. They don't know what you need here. Go back to the parent container, which is social media follow, elements, and duplicate Facebook. The benefit in duplicating is that I don't have to change the icon size again. It's set. The only problem is that I still need to change the background. Let me show you. With our second Facebook element, select Edit, go to Network, and choose the network. We go to Google. Let's say Google. And you see it brings in a background. So scroll down to background and delete. But I'm done. I don't have to go and change the size of the icon. Go back to social media follow, elements, duplicate the last item, click on edit item, network. And this time, let's look for Instagram. Here it is. Same thing, remove the background. we do this 2 more times. So for the next one, elements, Instagram, duplicate, edit, network, and this one will go for LinkedIn, background, reset or delete, and the last one, social media follow, elements, duplicate, edit, network, and the last one will choose Pinterest, background, and delete. Remember to set up the links. Do not forget that. What is happening on the page is that we have set up each of these 5 elements: Facebook, Google, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. But we want to make a few changes. We want them a little bit closer to each other, and we also want them to be center aligned. And for that, you choose the parent container. When it comes to spacing between elements, in Divi 5, you always think in terms of the parent container. Social media follow, select. Design, when we talk about spacing within the container, not the container itself, that is under layout. Select layout. Vertical gap, no, this is horizontal. So horizontal gap, it's set to 10. Let's reduce it to 6 and bring them a little bit closer. With your layout open, go to Justify Content and select Center. And that's how you bring all of your elements within a container to the center. And this is part of the flex box concept. You see here at the top it says layout style. It's set to flex, but there's also grid and block. Then you have that gap, horizontal, and then here we worked with vertical. And when is it vertical and when is it horizontal? Aha! That is determined by these guys over here. Is it horizontal, like this, or is it vertical, column, like this? Choose column just to see what's going to happen on your page. And you can see now they are stacked on top of each other. The social media follow element comes in by default as a row. They're sitting over here. How it behaves within that container is the justify content. If I want everything on the right, I select this one. If I want it all on the left, like it started in the center. This one here, space between, will spread them out across the entire social media follow with equal space in between, like that. Well, that's not a bad effect if you would like that. Space between will add a little bit space on the side. Oh, not bad. And then you have space evenly. We were content and satisfied and all the tranquility words in the world by putting it center. Center us. This is quite a busy hero section, but with this social media icons added to it, it's almost all that you need for an entire website. It gives you everything, tells them to visit us, and it takes them to the contact section that we'll add later. And you want them to go to Facebook because that's usually where you'll be posting. Facebook, Reels, Instagram, to make sure that people can see what you are doing. The latest little picture you've put on your cappuccino, that kind of jazz. Congratulations, you've worked with your first nested container. Not true technically, but at a module level, you have seen how this works and all that power and flexibility that you get with something like the social media follow. This will be repeated a lot. If you've never worked with Flex or you're a little bit scared about this vertical gap and horizontal gap, by the end of this module alone, you'll have a good understanding of what we're doing. By module 2 and 3, you'll be the boss.